Thank you for tuning in. This is Shikama Live, your host Shikama. Today I'd like to talk about this video that was uploaded to the internet on the 14th about the cop punching a teenage girl in the face. That's right, a white cop, grown white cop, punched a teenage black girl in the face. There have been, of course, thousands upon thousands of both views of the video and comments. Now, I was put off by the comments. I was led to do this video. And it seems that whether you're for or against the cop, all of the opinions are given out of complete ignorance. So I want to enlighten you. Just a smidge. I wrote a complete article about the situation and an update to what actually happened to that cop after the incident. You can view that at shikama.blogspot.com. Let me first go over some legal terms with you today. Habeas corpus. We command that you have the body. Habeas corpus is a writ or legal action through which a person can seek relief from unlawful detention or the relief of another person. The writ of habeas corpus protects persons from harming themselves or from being harmed by the judicial system. Originally a feature of English law, the writ of habeas corpus has historically been an important legal instrument safeguarding individual freedom against arbitrary state action. A writ of habeas corpus ad subjudicium, also the Great Writ, is a summons with the force of a court order addressed to the custodian, i.e. the prison official, demanding that a prisoner be taken before the court and with proof of authority, allowing the court to determine if that custodian, prison official, has lawful authority to detain the person. If not, the person shall be released from custody. The right to petition for a writ of habeas corpus has long been celebrated as the most efficient safeguard of the liberty of the people. Why am I going over habeas corpus? Because a lot of you are under the false assumption that everything a cop does is lawful and he has the authority to do. Of course, if you say, do police have the authority to do everything? Everybody would say, oh no, he doesn't have the authority to do everything. But it seems to me, and let me back up, 95% of you have no clue what a cop does. 95% of you have no understanding of what the authority of the police department and state is. 95% of you have no understanding of what the role that the police play in the judicial system. Let's say you're arrested for something. What's the normal thing? You start pleading your case to the officer. Well, officer, I was walking along and this guy blah 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 blah. You know what? The police has absolutely no authority to excuse you. Once he's initiated an arrest, he has no authority whatsoever to even speak on the case. Oh, that's what's wrong. 95% of you don't understand what the role of the police officer is. His role is to arrest you, compile evidence against you, and then submit the evidence to the people who actually have authority. And who are those people? the district attorney's office. The district attorney can completely dismiss your case. You can petition the district attorney's office and plead with the district attorney about all of the facts of your case. The role of the police officer is to gather evidence against you. Okay. Now, let's get to the incident in question. First of all, he was trying to detain about 6 people for jaywalking. What is jaywalking? Jaywalking is nothing more than a tax on the citizenry for walking across the street. The state actually doesn't have the authority to tax you for walking across the street. But nobody has ever questioned this. Nobody's ever said, from what authority do you derive your ability to charge us for walking across the street? Nobody even gives it a thought. Jaywalking, pay the ticket. There's no safety precautions. There's nothing involved. It's jaywalking. Okay. Jaywalking aside, jaywalking is a ticketable offense. He then tried to initiate an arrest against a 110-pound girl for jaywalking. He was illegally detaining her. Jaywalking is a ticketed offense. You don't even have to be present for him to issue the ticket. So the entire incident of him assaulting the 110-pound girl is completely illegal. There is no reason for him to arrest her, assault her, beat her, throw her on the steel car at all. And then everybody is up in arms about the girl who stepped in her defense. The 17-year-old girl stepped into the line between the police officer and the 110-pound girl that he was abusing. Undeniably so, abusing. But people apparently can't see facts that are right in front of them. The 17-year-old stepped in between the two and stood her ground. The officer, in turn, then put his hands on her, to which she responded by rejecting him and pushing him away. He then further assaulted her and punched her in the face. Let me give you an update. The police officer in question has been relieved of duty. He's now been sent to training. He's also been enlisted on the national list of those who commit violence against women. Obviously, the police officer in question was not doing anything police. He was not doing police work. He's not an adequately trained cop. So everybody who was defending the police officer, sorry. I looked into the facts of the case because that's what I do. I wrote up an article on shikama.blogspot.com. I wrote it up completely. This department is in shambles. The police chief has no control of these wild pigs. A month ago, they were caught on film stomping on a Mexican American's head. A year ago, they were convicted of assaulting and abusing a small girl in their custody inside of the jail cell. The entire department needs to be kicked out. And this particular person, Ian P. Walsh, needs to go to jail himself. If I were the parents, I would go to civil court against Mr. Walsh and the entire police department. Thank you. This is Shikama Live.